What's up with it, y'all? Yeah, we're back with another one. Welcome to True Life Stories, your daily infomercial. Nah, nah, no, I ran across this video right here, and you run across these videos, and they kind of open your mind on a lot of different things. And not just how your mind is perceiving life, but how others' mind is perceiving life. And I think you know when it comes to that, it's something that you need to know. Like you need to know how you look at life. It's something that what's up with it, Con? It's something that you need to know. Now, my boy Ego. You feel me? He's always quoting Carl Jung. He like Carl Jung. I don't know how you say it, Carl Jung, but he's always quoting his stuff. And like I was watching this video. I said, "Dang!" I said, Carl Jung was deep. What's up, Awoken One? I said Carl Jung was deep, bro. In the way that he kind of broke things down, and made you kind of look at yourself and better understand yourself and how you was looking at things and perceiving things and going about life in these different ways. And like this one right here is the danger of seeing what others don't. This is on Shadow and the Soul and the Depth of the Soul channel. Thanks for sharing this video. We're gonna jump right into the video, and we'll talk about it as we go through it, because this was I could understand it. I just hope when you hear, you can understand it. So let's just go on and just start it. Let's go.
You carry a particular kind of burden, one that cannot be explained to most people without immediately being misunderstood. It is the burden of seeing what others do not see. And I must tell you at the beginning, directly and without ornament, this gift is dangerous. Not dangerous in the romantic way that modern people enjoy imagining danger like a thrilling darkness that makes you feel special, but dangerous in the most psychologically real way, because it isolates the soul, distorts relationships, and can quietly turn a sensitive mind into a battleground.
Yeah, it's crazy because like even when we come into understanding and peeking through the veil of illusion, it does kind of disrupt a lot of different relationships that you have with close ones. And he's gonna get into that and say more about it. What's up with it, Pot? Yeah, top of the morning, bro.
When you see what others do not, you do not merely notice more, you enter another layer of reality. You perceive the shadow behind words, you detect the fear hidden inside a smile, you sense the intent behind a kindness that is too polished. You feel the atmosphere shift before anyone speaks, and if you are honest, you have often felt the future of a moment before it arrives, the betrayal.
And that's crazy because we talk about that. Actually, like seeing future events before they happen in a lot of different ways, not just within the experience, but then you start to kind of and learn reality and like the pattern of reality, kind of, sort of. At least this is one of the things that we feel.
Before it happens, the collapse before the laughter ends, the lie before it is told. This is not imagination. It is perception, it is the psyche reading the psyche. But the danger is this: most people do not live in that layer, they live on the surface. Not because they are stupid, but because they have learned through survival to fear what lies beneath. The collective human being fears the unconscious. The collective mind fears the shadow. So, when you see what others refuse to see, you become an existential threat to their comfort. And that is the beginning of your problem. Let me describe it precisely. A person who sees what others don't becomes a mirror, and the mirror is
Yeah, yeah. It's wild because like I'll be watching this stuff and then I'll be like going, dang, experiences I've had and just seeing that that your life being the reflection of the mind. That's what this brings me to, is that right there.
never loved by those who live by illusion. That is why you may have
Let me go back a little bit because that was
becomes a mirror, and the mirror is never loved by those who live by illusion. That is why you may have experienced something that confuses you. You speak the truth gently, even compassionately, and people still react as if you have attacked them. You name what is obvious to you: an emotional manipulation, a hidden resentment, a pattern of cruelty disguised as humor, and instead of gratitude, you receive anger. Instead of respect, you receive distance. Instead of relief, you receive accusation. You are called too sensitive, too intense, paranoid, dramatic, overthinking. And what they truly mean is, you are disrupting my unconscious arrangement with myself. You are
Exactly. That's crazy because that's what people be usually telling me. I'm overthinking things. And it's like, maybe I am.
disturbing the pact I made with my own blindness.
Hmm.
This is what you must understand if you want to survive psychologically. Seeing is not neutral. In the human world, perception is power, and most power structures, whether in
All
families,
right, welcome.
friendships, romance, institutions, are supported by unconscious agreements. An unspoken contract, a silent lie that everyone participates in because it keeps things stable. The moment you begin to see through that contract, you become abnormal to the group psyche. You become like the person in a room full of sleepers who suddenly wakes up. And the waking person is not welcomed. He is feared. He is resented. He is sometimes attacked, not because he did something wrong, but because his awareness reveals what others are trying desperately not to know. Now,
Exactly.
I want you to feel the weight of this. The danger is not merely external, it is internal, because the mind that perceives too much too early becomes burdened with an impossible task. It tries to carry what others refuse to carry. And here is where many of you suffer. You believe that if you see more, you must fix more. If you sense the problem, you must solve it. If you detect the hidden pain in another, you must heal it. That is your first trap. Your
Exactly.
vision becomes a form of slavery. In psychological terms,
Exactly, bro.
this
Hey,
occurs
this is the thing that I think a lot of people don't understand. Like, even when you so called become the healer or you become the shaman, like you're creating a trap for yourself because now you have to be this thing because you being this thing to other people. And that's why I think along the way, like, when people like was like, oh, you a shaman, you just, it was like, no, I didn't want to take on none of these things because I didn't want to trap myself into having to be this. Even if I was, or even if it seemed like I was, I didn't want that trap because then I have to play by the rules of that. And it's crazy because we trap ourselves in these things in so many different ways.
because you begin identifying with the archetype of the seer, or, if you prefer a more ancient name, the prophet. The prophet sees into the
Exactly.
invisible. He hears what others cannot hear, but the prophet's curse is that he speaks into ears that are not ready. And because he longs for connection, he tries to translate the truth into something digestible. He softens it, he dresses it, he makes it gentle, but the truth remains the truth.
Exactly. And it's wild because when you hear Wally talk or you hear Sun Tzu talk, that's one thing that I like about them that they don't do. They don't soften it up for the ears of the people. They're gonna give it to you straight, whether you like it or not. You feel me? And like me, I try to like kind of soften it up so people understand it, and that's not even a good thing.
And the unconscious does not want to be seen. In the old myths, those who saw too clearly were often punished. Tiresias, the blind seer, receives sight of the inner world but loses the sight of the outer. Cassandra sees the future, but no one believes her. The shaman enters the spirit world but becomes strange to the village. These myths are not
You don't want to
entertainment,
lose touch
they
with
are maps of
reality.
psychic reality. The psyche has always known this. To see deeper than the tribe allows is to stand at the edge of exile. So the first danger of seeing what others don't is alienation. You become a
Hmm.
stranger among ordinary conversations. You sit at tables where people laugh, and your soul feels heavy because you sense the grief no one names. You watch a couple holding hands, and you feel the coldness between them even as they smile. You listen to praise that is secretly envy. You notice loyalty that is secretly a transaction. And you begin to wonder, am I cursed? Why do I feel what others deny? Why can't I simply live? But there is a second danger, even more severe. When you perceive the shadow in others, You may begin to perceive only the shadow. You begin to distrust everything. You become suspicious of love. You become exhausted by relationships. You become hypervigilant. You begin reading hidden motives everywhere. And eventually, you are no longer seeing, you are defending. This is where the gift becomes pathology. The psyche is subtle. It turns gifts into symptoms when the ego tries to control them. If you attempt to manage your perception like a weapon, you become trapped in a war with reality. You begin scanning constantly, like an animal waiting to be attacked. And of course, you will find danger because the unconscious always provides material for the mind that seeks it. That is the nature of projection and confirmation. So I must ask you something uncomfortable but necessary. Are you truly seeing what others don't? Or are you unconsciously forcing yourself into the role of the one who knows because it makes you feel safe? Do not answer.
And I'm answering that because that's what I felt like after a while is like you pushing yourself into that role of being the one that see these certain things that happen before they happen because it makes you more comfortable. So it's like I was saying the other day, you creating that own space, your own box, and you living within your box. And when you do that, everything outside of the box is like you don't see. It's not happening almost. And like this is how I feel like we do.
Too quickly. Many people confuse insight with superiority. Many confuse sensitivity with moral
Mm-hmm.
authority. Many confuse intuition with paranoia. The psyche can counterfeit anything. The danger here is spiritual pride.
Exactly.
And spiritual
Counterfeit
pride is
anything.
particularly poisonous because it hides behind humility. You will say, I don't want to be this way, but secretly you may enjoy being different because difference feels like protection. If you are different, you cannot be hurt like them. If you see through illusion, you cannot be tricked. And so your seeing becomes a fortress. But what is a fortress psychologically? It is a prison. So the second danger is distortion. Your perception becomes contaminated by fear, and what was once insight becomes obsession.
You create your own illusion.
Now we have established two dangers: alienation from the group and distortion within the self. But the third danger is the most intimate, the most devastating. Seeing what others don't forces you to confront what you yourself have avoided. Because if you truly see, you cannot selectively see, you cannot see only others. You will begin to see yourself with the same precision. You will begin to see your own shadow, your own contradictions, your own hidden hunger for validation, your own addiction to
Exactly.
being needed, your own silent resentment, your own fear of abandonment, your own desire to control. And for many sensitive people, this is unbearable, so they do something very clever. They become obsessed with the darkness in others so they don't have to face the darkness in themselves. That is the shadow's favorite trick. It
And if you pay attention, that's what a lot of people do. Like even me at times, it's like we try to see the darkness in everybody else, so we don't see the darkness in ourselves. But that's when I start to say, like, life, everything outside is a reflection of yourself. So only thing that's happening within yourself is what you can see in others.
will offer you insight as a distraction from inner work. It will make you feel like a detective, a healer, an interpreter of motives, so that you never have to undergo the terrifying humility of self confrontation. This is why some of the most spiritually awake people are, in reality, deeply unconscious.
And we can name a gang of people that we've seen, brother Polite. You feel me? I forgot the one dude name. It's a lot of them we seen that was real consciously aware that we felt like was consciously aware, but a lot of people just be hiding that inner demon that they have. It's like almost like they're pointing out everything in order to hide that inner thing that's happening within them or that thing that they do. And then when it come out, everybody like and it's like, bro, come on now, you should know. You could tell by the way
They
they
see
act. They
everyone
be too
else's shadow but
conscious.
refuse their own. So the third danger is moral inflation. You become so identified with insight that you forget you are still human. And this destroys relationships more than anything else. Because relationships cannot survive where one person becomes the judge of the other's unconscious. No love can bloom under surveillance. No intimacy can endure where one soul is constantly being analyzed. Even if you are correct, you will still kill warmth. A human being does not want to be known too early. This is something modern psychology does not teach with enough seriousness. People reveal themselves in layers. The psyche
Hmm.
unfolds like a dream, not like a confession. When you see someone too clearly, too quickly, you strip them, and stripped souls become defensive souls. So you may be punished not for wrongdoing, but for accuracy. Yes, accuracy can be a violence. When you look at a person and you already sense their abandonment wound, their childhood hunger, their insecurity disguised as charm, they feel exposed, not because you spoke, but because your eyes have already spoken. They feel seen in a way they have never consented to. They may respond by attacking you, diminishing you, mocking you. That is a primitive defense. Destroy the mirror.
And I know like a lot of us get that. Like, when we talk to people that's close to us, and especially when we begin to stop playing the game that the world is playing, or the game that like our immediate friends, our group is playing, like you become like the outcast. It's because everybody then bought into the illusion, and they're playing into the illusion, and you that one person that step outside and be like, hey, it's an illusion, and they be like, man, look, here you go again. You feel me? Because they done already bought into it. You feel me? And it's like when they bought into it and they're playing it, they want everybody else like, you got to do it the same as me. You got to believe it the same as me. And it's like, you can't, like, when it's just hard to step outside of that thing when you in it with a group of people, or, with whoever. And this is like in any belief system that's going on today. Like, even a religion. Like, go and step outside of the comfort zone. Step outside, like even at work. Step outside of the normal things that's supposed to be done at work. It's the same thing. Step outside of the normal things that you do when you with your friends, and like be like, okay, damn, all we do is just fucking every time we kick, we just drink all the time. You feel me? Like, bro, I don't want to drink no more. I don't want to drink today. It's gonna be probably like, what the fuck you mean? Like, this is what we do. This is how we kick it. You feel me? You're gonna become like the outsider, bro.
And that is why your life may contain repeated experiences of betrayal, not because you deserve betrayal, but because you stand too close to the truth of others. And when a person must choose between truth and their self image, most will sacrifice truth. Now, you have asked me not only
Exactly.
to name the problem, but to solve it. So we must move from diagnosis to transformation. But I will not offer you comfort. I will offer you integration. The solution is not to stop seeing. You cannot stop seeing. If you attempt to numb it, you will fall into depression.
Hey, bro. Hey, hey, I'm gonna tell you, bro, Dustin. That is, I was just explaining this to my son last night, my 18-year-old, and I was telling him that. I said the thing that us, me and your mom as parents, that we want for you is our delusion, right? Because we trying to fix what the like the wrongs we did through you, instead of letting you become what you want to become and helping you do that. I said, we giving you our delusion in order to create a delusion within you. Like, if you get what I'm saying. And I was like, and he kind of understood it. I was trippy that he understood it, but I'm like going, dang, man, we hella delusional, bro. That's a part of it. That's a part of it, bro. So thanks for saying that, bro. That's some real shit.
Addiction, exhaustion, the psyche will punish you for betraying your own nature. A seer who refuses vision becomes ill. No, the solution is to learn how to hold what you see without becoming possessed by it. You must become an alchemist of perception. In alchemy, the goal is not to destroy the raw material, but to transform it. The prima materia dark, chaotic, heavy is not thrown away. It is cooked, it is refined, and your seeing is your prima materia. It is raw psychic material. It can poison you, or it can become gold. How does this happen? It happens when you stop trying to use your perception to control outcomes. Many of you see the danger in a situation and then attempt to prevent it by over explaining, by rescuing, by warning, by
That's all the
negotiating,
time.
by sacrificing. You try to become the manager of fate, and you exhaust your soul. But fate is not managed, it is met. Your sight is not meant to manipulate the external world, it is meant to orient your inner world. It is meant to guide your decisions, not to save others from theirs. This is an essential shift. If you do not make it, you will become the tragic prophet, constantly warning, constantly pleading, constantly giving insight to people who only use it against you later.
Later.
So here is the first key. Learn to be silent without becoming cold. Silence is not denial, silence
That's
is
hard.
containment. Containment is a sacred psychological function. The mature psyche can hold tension without acting impulsively. The immature psyche must discharge tension immediately.
Hey, hey, that's true as hell though. They like that be that's true as hell, bro. You feel me? They always. I think in a sense because like when the journey that we be on, we step out the journey that's been gave to us. Like, cause everybody has their own created journey, and like the steps that people are taking in life, you already know that story. You already know that story. Like from the way that they talk and they say what they about to do, you know that story. Like it ain't your first time hearing it. You feel me? Like a person that wants to be rich, that's a story that a lot of people have. You feel me? The person that wants to be the seer, the person that wants to be the one that can understand thought. We already know all the stories. So it's like when somebody give it to you and they tell you it, you already know the future of it. Like you know whether it's gonna work or not. You not like that in that sense, but you already know. You heard the story before. You feel me? So it's like my journey now, I'm telling you, bro, my journey is not to where I'm trying to be this or I'm trying to be that. My journey is just a journey that's just going. I don't have anything that I need to be. I don't have anything that I really want to be. I'm here already. I'm already doing. So I'm not like, I'm not like really playing into the story like, oh, I'm gonna do this and then I'm gonna grow and then I'm gonna be able to do this for my no, I'm just going. I'm just going. It's like it's kind of different now for me. But people do get mad at you when you kind of just doing what you're doing and you just kind of know you know what they doing. You feel me? Like it's some weird shit. It's some weird shit because even when like he said when you kind of talk about that thing that other people are doing and you know it and they get angry as fuck. It's like why is you getting mad? Like I'm not like I'm not talking to like even if we talk about like religion and a lot of people here they did their research on religion and they just don't look at it the same way. But if you challenge somebody that has that belief system, they get angry, bro. And it's like it's no reason to get angry. Like we're just having a conversation. You feel me? I'm not saying that you can believe what you want to believe. I'm just saying like just do a little more research before you try to come sell it to me. Because you're trying to sell it to me and I already did my research on it, so I'm just going, I'm not buying it. You feel me? And like people get angry. Like even if you say, okay, I don't believe in Jesus. Like that's the one that people really get angry at. Like if you say that, it's like how you gonna not believe in Jesus? He died for our sins, and it's like first off, the name wasn't even Jesus, so it's like let's just start off right there. We don't even want to go deeper. We don't even got to go deeper than that. That's enough right there. But people just don't get it. But on that note, I'm gonna end this video because I don't want this video to be that long. But because I don't want to play this whole video. Like this video is like an hour and 40 minutes right here. So I'm saying this is it right here. If y'all want to check it out, the danger of seeing what others don't. It's a dope video, and I think when you get to understanding yourself and the way that you look at everybody else, it'll make you better understand everybody else because you'll actually see that you're creating that system that you think they are doing. Like this is the thing that you'll start realizing is like me, I'm putting everybody in the category that I feel like they should be in order to make myself more comfortable. You feel me with what I'm doing. But on that note, peace out. Y'all have a good one. You can go check out this video, but I'm gonna start up another live in like 30 minutes. I already got it ready. Now we're gonna go into the other. We're gonna go into the bull now. We're gonna jump into the bull. You feel me? As we jump pan back and forth. You feel me? We're gonna go back and forth because I already know, like you gotta jump into other stuff sometimes in order to gain traction. But peace out. I'll see y'all in a little bit.